I'm real curious about that, the touchdown catch, and really the play call setup. Like when you do that fake push, like kind of walk through that call and how it worked.
Yeah, it's just kind of something we notice when teams go into that, under center and that quarterback sneak is they kind of USC they like to tighten up, and it was really good because we actually called him like Aiden a sneak right like in the drive a couple plays before it, so it really worked out, and we've actually been practicing for a while. Just kind of came out for the perfect time and got in, but barely.
For you, how much that timing? Because I mean, you have to hit that.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's something me and Aiden have been working on, and a lot of the whole offense we had to all be on kind of the same page. So it was good. We kind of got to execute that, and I'm sure Coach Lindgren was happy with that.
What do you call it?
We called it a Reebok because I don't really know. Reebok.
You obviously the senior, you've been around for a bit. What is the experience you've had? What have you learned how to approach a bye week and get the most out of it?
Yeah, I think just kind of get away from at least the facility for a little bit. Me and some of the guys went up and played some golf up north a little bit, so that was a good time. But just kind of get away and take a step back, and then especially on the days we practice, kind of like I said, I think I said this last year, but we go back to the fundamentals of kind of who we are as an offense and try to just focus in on tightening up some details from that end.
Where did you play golf?
We went up to Forest Dunes. We played the Loop, and then we played 36 on Friday. We played both courses, so it was a good time.
Nice.
Yeah.
You a little worn out in the bye week from the golf?
Yeah, definitely came in on the next day, Saturday. It was on Friday. Saturday, I just laid on the couch all day. Yeah, it was nice.
Jack, what do you think from James' growth? Coach Smith was saying the other day, it seems like they're planning on pretty much involving him the rest of the way now. We've seen a little bit here and there, just when he got here to where he is now.
Yeah, I mean, he's improved so much. For when he first got here, not knowing the different types of routes to now he's obviously out there making catches, making grabs in the game. So he's going to be a fantastic player, and I'm excited to watch him grow through his years here. And I'm excited that he gets to keep coming on these trips with us and learning, trying to just take him under the wing a little bit and just keep teaching him different things that I've learned along the way.
I'm not sure how deep you are in the Nebraska film, but what stands out about them is you look at them.
Yeah, I think we've definitely watched some film on them. They're going to be disciplined group. They look like a good defense. There's definitely some areas that I think we're excited to try to exploit. But yeah, it should be a fun environment over there, and I'm excited to get over there.
What do they do? Go ahead.
When you see a team that has such a, not polarizing is the word, but against the pass, they're one of the best in the nation. In the run, not so much. Do you feel like that? How do you approach a defense that's so polarized like that?
Yeah, I think we don't really focus as much on that, at least from a player's perspective. Maybe the coaches are kind of doing that, but it's just kind of a new week, but same old grind and same old details that we've been working on all year. So I wouldn't say we really focus on the way that they operate as much as how we operate and how we can exploit their operation.
You haven't been to Memorial Stadium, right?
No, I'm excited.
Yeah. What have you, has Lante or anybody kind of told you guys?
Yeah, a little bit, and like on the board and in the team meetings today, Coach Smith always likes to kind of talk about where we're going, and I think there's been 400 and plus straight sellouts or something that we saw, and I didn't know that, so I'm excited. I think it should be a fun atmosphere, and yeah, that's kind of one that I definitely was excited for before the season.
When you guys got back from LA, I guess, what were the internal conversations you had? I mean, obviously it's not the result we wanted, but was the fight and compete level to the end there? Yeah,
no, I think that was definitely something that we, circled, and we got across to, at least the coaches got across to us that, they love the fight, and I think, I saw it, and I think it's a, totally different team from last year. I think we showed, just like you said, the fight and the competitiveness to, just to know that we're always in the game. Whether we go down 2 touchdowns or up 3, it doesn't really matter. We're kind of always we're trying to keep the momentum going. But I think it was a big step, and we lost, and it wasn't the outcome we wanted. But and I'm not trying to take a silver lining out of a loss, but I think it was a good fight. Yeah.
Especially when you've got another road game ahead, when you've got down on the road, I mean, how much is that fight necessary?
Yeah.
Particularly when you get.
No, it's for sure, especially in this conference we play. we talk about all the time. It's going to take 4 quarters, so we got to be ready to compete for all 4 quarters. So especially on the road when we're out there and you can't really hear the quarterback from across the across the huddle. But I think just knowing that the guys around me and I got their backs and they got mine, and we can go fight for 4 quarters.
What's going through your mind when you see something like what happened to Wayne?
Yeah, that's you never want to see that. Whether it be your teammate who you've grinded with and worked with all summer and all year, or another team. It's it gets like quiet and a little eerie on the sideline, but you know that the training staff and the doctors that we have there are first class, and they're gonna do the best they can, and he's in good hands, and just know that he's in good hands, and you got to go now you go out there battle for him.
What's that plane ride back with him like when he gets on the plane?
Yeah, he got on the plane, and he was the last one on the plane, and everyone was kind of excited, all cheering away, and it was good. It kind of lifted the spirits up a little bit that we got us, because we weren't sure what was going to happen, but it's good that he got on the plane. Yeah.
Does what you went through last year help you sort of connect with him about that? Because I know that
Yeah.
last season you had your
I mean, it's similar. That was kind of my first time being on, I guess since high school, like being on the other side of it, and I was kind of asking, like, is this kind of what it was like? Yeah, this is similar to what went on, but I mean, not something you really want to connect with someone on, but yeah, it helps, I guess. Yeah.
I think it's 6 out of the next 8 opponents have top 25 defenses, and I know the strength of schedule tends to inflate and deflate some of those numbers,
right.
but do you see that as a unique challenge for this offense that you guys get a
Yeah, and I think we always have a chip on our shoulders, the offense, and just trying to we can go out and win every game if we just score every drive. We can't lose a game if we score every drive. So whoever we're playing, we just go out and try to score as many points as possible. I think that's always our mindset. Yeah.
What level is he playing at right now from a player's perspective? When we look at it on the outside, it seems like he's playing at a very high level for you guys. Like, what little things do you see that maybe kind of dictate how he's playing?
Yeah, and it's good because it's not surprising, I don't think, to anyone in this building how he's playing. Just from last year, the whole off-season spring ball, all summer, we all kind of saw it. So, and I think it's the little things, just maybe even like an attitude, on the sideline. If we go 3 and out, it might be he just is just different on the sideline, different. He's always, and he was great last year, but it's just, another level of leadership that he kind of came up with this year. And then I think just, decision making and everything, he's just on a whole nother level. He's playing really good football right now.
Third of the season in, Jack, like your scoring's up, your rushing's up a little bit compared to last year. How close is the offense sort of what you guys pictured and hoped it could be compared to this year when we talk about having these weapons and year 2 of the system, all these things? Like, what sort of your evaluation of that?
Yeah, I think it's close. I think, it's really close. I think it's a couple, 3 and outs away from being right where we want to be, and we just got to keep finishing in the red zone, and give our defense a break and hold the ball as long as we can. But I really think it's close. Yeah.
You and Jack?
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.